Namaskar, dear farmer friends. I am Ramesh Kumar Sahni. Welcome you all in a special episode of Krishi Darshan. Today we are going to discuss about precision farming. Precision farming is a new emerging technology used in agriculture farm and gaining popularity in developed countries and developing countries like India. Precision farming, as name suggests, it is the application of agricultural input in like water, herbicide, pesticide, seed, etc. in a correct amount and when and as required by the agricultural crops. For discussing on this topic, we have with us a panel of scientists. We have with us Dr. Ramya. She is an expert in farm mechanization and she has worked on various farm mechanization and precision farming projects. Welcome to the studio, ma'am. Then we have with us Dr. Reetu. She is agronomist by profession and she has worked on various scientific farming and technology implementation in agriculture. Welcome to the studio, ma'am. Then we have with us Dr. Rahul. He is agriculture engineer by profession and he has worked on various water management practices in India and abroad. Welcome to the studio, sir. And then we have with us Dr. Mitesh. He is very renowned economist and he has worked on various agricultural analysis in India and abroad. Welcome to the studio, sir. So on behalf of our viewers, I welcome you all in the studio. So firstly, with Dr. Ramya, could you please enlighten our viewer about different technologies used in precision farming?
Sure, Ramesh. In order to collect and utilize the various information, one interested in precision farming should know about the various technologies which are available. One of such technique is remote sensing. Remote sensing is just simply the collection of information from a distance. So using remote sensing, the various plant stress like moisture, like disease, like nutrient and like compaction can be determined and these are detected in the overhead images. Once these are obtained, we can gather information so that timely management decisions can be made and thus increase the profitability. Another technique which is used is global positioning system, which is otherwise known as GPS. So using this techniques, the GPS satellites will broadcast the signals which is received by GPS receiver and thus a precise location can be obtained. Once the location is obtained, the various crop and nutrient measurements can be mapped. Another technique is the variable fertilizer application based on the grid soil sampling. Of this technique, the soil sampling is done in a grid-wise manner. The soil samples are drawn and then they are analyzed in the laboratory and interpretation of the crop nutrients is made. Once it is done, a soil application map will be generated and this will be loaded onto your computer, which is mounted on a variable rate fertilizer spreader. And this variable rate fertilizer spreader will analyze this application map and using a GPS receiver, it will direct a delivery counter which will deliver the correct amount and kind of fertilizer based on the application map. Finally, the yield will be mapped using the yield monitor. So the yield monitor will measure the rate and flow of the grain in the grain elevator in the combine harvester and the measurements are made and the yield map will be mapped. And thus the effect of various input which we have already managed like pesticides, fertilizer and various cultural practices like tillage and irrigation can be determined and thus we can know how effective our inputs were.
Thank you, Dr. Ramya. So dear friends, now we know about the different technologies used in precision farming. Now to you, Dr. Reetu, would you enlist different types of crop used in precision farming and how it is different than our conventional practices of agriculture?
Thank you, Ramesh. Precision farming technology can be used in different crops such as sunflower, maize, pulses, oilseed, and some annual vegetables, spices, and medicinal plants. Precision farming technology has a lot of difference as compared to conventional farming because it is not a single technology but a set of many components. In precision farming, we can use seed drills, dropper, GPS, VRT for irrigation, planting, and chemical application. It is a comprehensive approach to improve crop quality, product quality, pest management, and soil conservation. It is an environmentally friendly technology because it uses less amount of chemicals. At the end, I would like to say that by using precision farming, we can transform the localized agriculture to profitable globalized agriculture.
Thank you, Dr. Reetu. It seems very impressive for our viewers. Now to you, Dr. Rahul, would you enlighten our viewers about different water management practices can be used in precision farming?
Yes, see Ramesh, water management practices means optimal utilization of water for crops. So in precision farming, we can either use sprinkler irrigation or drip irrigation. In sprinkler irrigation, water is sprayed through nozzles into atmosphere, somewhat resembles like rainfall. Secondly, we have drip irrigation. In drip irrigation, water is applied directly in the root zone of the crops. In being India a tropical country, drip irrigation has less number of percolation as well as evaporation loss. So it is better to use sprinkler drip irrigation over sprinkler irrigation. Some of the benefits of drip irrigation are it reduces labor cost, reduces energy cost, water saving, and weed insecticides. Further, with drip irrigation, we can use fertilizer. This process is called fertigation. It will help in increase in farm yield with increase in quality. Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you, Dr. Rahul, for sharing water management practices in precision farming. Now to you, Dr. Mitesh, would you please enlighten our viewer about different how it is beneficial to our farmer?
Yeah, definitely, Dr. Ramesh. As Dr. Ramya mentioned, precision farming is an information and technology-based farming, and the basic goal of this farming is that to get the maximum production from a limited resource and limited space. So, economically speaking, in the precision farming, the agriculture inputs such as fertilizers, pesticides, and irrigation water they can be used effectively so that the cost of production is low. So in this way, the yield is more, and also we get maximum income. So in many developed countries, precision farming is already practiced, but in India, it is also useful because in precision farming, the yield is more than 60 to 80%. Also, the weight by volume of the product is more than 25%. Also, the product which is produced by precision farming, it fetches 30% higher price in the market. Also, it improves the quality of the product. So, as an expert, I would suggest that precision farming is an emerging technology to get the maximum production, to increase the production of our farm from limited resources. Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you, Dr. Mitesh. So, dear friends, precision farming is all about doing right things in a right way, at right place, at right time. By doing so, we can increase the profitability of the crop and maximize the yield. I hope you have got immensely benefited by our views from our experts. For more details, you can log on to our website www.krisidarpan.com, or you can write to us on Krisi Darshan, NAARM, Hyderabad, Telangana 500031, or you can call on our toll-free number 1800 We will meet you again tomorrow at same time at same channel. Till then, goodbye, namaskar.